Hey there, friends, it's Doug Young here from the New Jersey Circus Center. So it is June 1st, and that means we are kicking off our 1 month long Splits Challenge. We want to encourage all of you, students, friends, family, to do these stretches with us every single day. Not only are they going to increase your flexibility, but we're very big believers on active flexibility rather than passive flexibility. So you're also going to be building strength in your splits. So if you've even got a split that's already all the way to the ground, a lot of these exercises and stretches can still benefit you. All right, so let's get started. So your first stretch is going to be a simple lunge stretch. You want to make sure that your front knee is bent, not at a 90-degree angle, but that if you were to look down past your knee, you could see your toes. I'm taking my toes in the back and I'm curling them under and trying to lift up my back knee. You can brace your hands off of your knee to help support your torso in an upright position, making sure that you're keeping your lower abs, your glutes engaged to help pull you into this position. I'm trying not to raise in elevation. I am trying to keep my head at one level as if that is the limit of my ceiling. I want to hold this for about 30 counts. And then repeat on the other side. Once again, making sure that your front leg is extended enough where you can just look down past your knee to see your toes and try to lift that back knee off the ground, pressing the back of your kneecap toward the ceiling, extending your heel out behind you, and just hold for about 30 counts. For your second stretch, I want to extend the front leg, but it's important when we stretch to always stretch with our hips square. So I want to make sure that the leg that's in front, I'm going to pull that hip back to keep my hips square. You can see I'm using yoga blocks right now to kind of help bridge the distance between my hands and the floor because I don't have my hamstrings loose enough yet to get a full forward fold. I'm trying to bring my shoulder to my knee, my belly to my thigh. My face stays elevated out in front. I do not want to round my back or try to drop my head toward my knee or toward my toes. And again, with all of these stretches, I'm trying to hold for about 30 counts. Now switch to the other side. Again, trying to square up your hips. You can use the blocks again, or simply place your hands on your own leg to help maintain your balance and distance to the floor. Trying to keep a nice flat back. Constantly checking in. Are your lower abs engaged? Are you keeping your hips square? And again, holding each of these for about 30 counts. Our third stretch is going to be for your front quads. Now, I'm going to use a strap here just to illustrate a way to modify this stretch to make it a little easier. You can also use a belt or a yoga strap. And I'm just going to help pull that heel up toward my backside. My front leg, again, is in a lunge. And I'm trying to keep my hips square and drop myself lower down toward the floor. So trying to actively pull myself toward the floor. Engaging those lower belly muscles, engaging your glutes to help keep you square and to help keep you balanced. You could also take your back foot and place it against a wall if you don't have a strap, but you need the support that you're not able to reach back and grab it with your hand. If you can reach back and grab your foot in the back with your hand, you can totally do that without having to use the strap. But if you'd like a little balance in the front, you can grab a fitness ball or perhaps a chair just to help keep you stable should you need it. Again, trying to hold that back foot up, bringing your heel towards your backside as you pull yourself toward the floor, aiming to drive your center down. And once again, with all of these stretches, holding for about 30 seconds or 30 counts on each side. Once we've gotten those stretches warmed up, I'm going to grab my yoga blocks because I need them for the level I'm at. And we're just going to go right for our center split stretch. But the yoga blocks are there to help keep me centered over my split, not leaning my torso forward. And similar to what I did in my first stretch, I'm going to try to lift my back knee up off the ground, making sure I'm holding center and actively using my muscles to help pull me down closer to the floor. Keeping my front foot flexed can also help to aid in the stretch, or you can alternate between a pointed foot and a arched foot. After about 30 counts, switch to the other side. Making sure your hips are squared, one foot in front, either flexing that foot back towards your face or pointing it or alternating back and forth, trying to lift that back knee off the ground and holding yourself directly center. I'm really using my lower abs and my glutes to help me maintain my posture and to actively help pull myself down. If you are using yoga blocks, as the stretch gets easier, you can turn your blocks lower, sideways, until you're eventually able to get your hands all the way to the ground and support yourself with your hands from the floor. And now for our last two stretches in our series, these are going to be for our middle splits. So we like to do what we call active stretches, where there's going to be movement in the stretch. So for this stretch, you're going to sit in your straddle. I want to make sure that my knees are rolled up to the ceiling and slightly back, trying to get my hips open, flexing my feet as best I can. I want to try to pull my knees back and up toward the wall behind me. And I'm actively using my belly muscles to try to pull myself further forward toward the floor at the same time. As a general count in my head, I try to do this about for 5 seconds and then relax, shake it out, repeat for about 5 to 7 seconds. Overall, though, performing this exercise for about 30 counts. And now my favorite straddle stretch. If you need to have a yoga block underneath you for additional forward support, use it. Use a cushion, anything you need. If you can sit on the floor, but you have to have your hands behind you for support, I definitely encourage the use of a yoga block. In my straddle, I'm going to reach forward. I'm using a yoga block in this demonstration, but having something small like a 2-pound weight or a small water bottle, or as you get stronger into it, even a 5-pound weight. I'm lifting the weight from my back line, so one straight line from my scapula all the way through to my fingertips. I'm not just trying to pull in and lift from my biceps or my shoulders. This whole stretch helping to pull me forward, down, farther into the floor. Don't forget to breathe. And on each exhale, if you feel like you can go a little farther, see if you can melt just a little more toward the floor. Well, there you go, folks. There's our stretch for today. And every day we encourage you guys to do that stretch with us. I'm certainly looking forward to getting my splits stronger during the month, and I know a lot of our students are looking forward to doing the same. As an added bonus, please go to our webpage or our Facebook today, rather, and post up a picture of where your splits are, just to show where your beginning part is. On June 10th, we're going to ask everybody to go and post a second picture just so we can see your progress. And of course, on the 20th, to do a third photo. And then at the end of the month, we're going to post a final photo so we can see and celebrate just how far we've come. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in class.